Howdy everybody, welcome back to Inside the Music. I'm Andy Tullis, and if I could get you all, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and after you watch this video, if you know anybody else that could benefit from it, please share it with them. I greatly appreciate it. Well, the other day, I found a really good deal on a Lindell Lin76 compressor over on Reverend. And today I'm going to compare that compressor with two Blackline audio compressors. One is the 17 and the other is the Bluey. And, well, let's jump into it. All right, we got the literature. Power supply. And then the compressor. Check that bad boy out. Looks nice. Okay, well, I kind of want to go over the Lin76 in a little more detail because I really didn't expose much of it when I was unboxing it. So, with that said, first thing first, I'm going to show you that there is actually no switch for the on and off button. If you want to turn it on, all you do is hit the one of these buttons over here. It engages it. And if you want to turn it off, simply hit the off button. So that's something a little bit different. Now, as far as the knobs go, these are detinted. So it does, as you all know, make for recalling a lot more easier, which is great, as well as the attack and release too. And I'm sure most of you know out there, but if you don't, a typical 1176 is all the way to the left would be your slowest attack, and then as you go to the right, it speeds up the attack. Now, I'm not certain, they don't say in the literature if that's the way it is on these, so we'll find that out when we get it hooked up and I play around with it. Now, they do say that you can do the all button mode into as well, and what the literature says, it says by pressing in all four buttons you will activate what is referred to as all button mode. This secret mode changes the ratio to roughly 20:1. It also changes the bias of the circuitry and the way that the knobs interact with each other. The unit will become much more aggressive with its reaction knee becoming more like a plateau than a gentle curve, and will have more aggressive, dirty tone that sounds incredible on aggressive drums. The attack will become very punchy with a gooey, sucking sound on the release. So that's right there from the literature. Right there. So that will be something interesting to see and to listen for when we go through all the sound specs of things. So, and then on the back side, let me turn this around for you. Hopefully that's in frame for you. It is, okay. So, obviously we have the plug for electrical, and then they have a meter calibration here. So, on the front, you can actually get it to set to 0, which is important for a compressor, so you know exactly where you're starting. And then, of course, all it has then is the output and the input, and that's it. Real simple. All right, enough of the chit-chat. Let's hook this sucker up and see what she sounds like. I am going to put it up against the Blackline Audio 17 compressor, just so we have something to compare it with. All right, well, as you can see, I have the cables hooked up. And for those of you who don't know how to route, I will explain it right now. So the output here will go over here to your input side of either your interface or your preamp. And then to complete the loop, the input side will go to the output side of either your interface or your preamp. Okay, so I'm going to compare the Lin76 to two other compressors. They're both Blackline audio compressors. One is the 17, one is the Bluey. I did my best to level match all three volume wise. The settings on both the Blackline audio compressors are the following. The inputs are both set at 30, the outputs are both set at 18. I have both units attacks at 3 and both units releases at 5. Now I do have the mixed knobs in both those units set all the way to 100%. And then on the Lin76, because there is quite a bit of volume difference between these other two units, it had to be set up differently. So the input on the Lind is at 15, the output is at 35, the attack is at 3, and the release is at 5. And all three units have their ratios set at 4. Okay, now I have 3 audio sources. I'm going to be using a kick, a snare, and a vocal. And let's do it. Now the 17. And now the Bluey. Back to the 76. Okay, so now let's move on to snare. It's the top snare, so let's move on to that. And the 76 will be the first one. I'm getting about a -2 in gain reduction on that 76. Let's move on to the 17. Gain reduction is about the same. And now the Bluey. And again, the gain reduction is around the same. Now back to the 76. The 17. And the Bluey. Okay, let's move on to some vocals. And here we go. 76 up first.
In violent times, you shouldn't have to sell your soul. In black and white, they really, really ought to know.
Now the 17.
Those one-track minds, they took you for a working boy. Kiss them goodbye.
Now the Bluey.
You shouldn't have to jump for joy. You shouldn't have to jump for joy.
And now back to the 76.
In violent times, you shouldn't have to sell your soul.
The 17.
In black and white, they really, really ought to know.
And now the Bluey.
Those one-track minds, they took you for a working boy.
All right. And once again, the gain reductions on all three units were about the same, maxing out at about maybe 8 or 9. And so there you have it. I hope you guys got something out of that video. I will say the Lin76 is a very nice compressor. You can definitely work with it. It's something that I would recommend, looking into getting. It's a great, I wouldn't even call it an entry level unit. I would call it a solid, piece of gear. So, but compared to the Black Lion audio compressors, I think it's close, but not quite. I think the Black Lion audio is a little smoother, a little more rounded sounding. But I did listen to, before I did all this, I did go through all three of them, and I did do all buttons in mode on all three, and the Lin76 does sound great in that area, but the other two are just a little bit better, probably just a little bit different components. And and the manual said something about you get like a swishing noise, or sucking in noise, I should say. And I think the Black Lion audio definitely did that a little bit better than the Lin76. But then again, you have about maybe a couple $100 difference in price between the 17 and the Lin, and the Bluey is a good $400 difference in price. You can pick them up used for, I don't know, I think right now you can find the 17 on Reverb for about maybe $4.99 or so, somewhere in that area. And the Bluey, that one there usually hangs about $700, right around that area. Now the Lin76, you can definitely pick that one up for like $250, $395, or I'm sorry, $250 to upwards of $350 used. Brand new, $399. So that's up to you to make that decision to yourself. And I appreciate you guys watching all the way to this point. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And again, that's it. Adios. Take care. Bye.